welcome back to Black Green Lantern. Gonna give this a try. We did win the die roll, so we're gonna take the play here. Alright, we got Inquisition, but we can't play it on turn 1. Inquisition Surgical, we got Bridge. I love it. I'd love to be able to just Inquisition and Surgical, but we can't do it on turn 1. We've only got the 1 land, so this is gonna have to go back. We can't even cast our Bridge. Alright, again a 1-lander. I think we're going to keep this one and just send the Surgical Extraction to the bottom. And we're just going to lead on Urza Saga here. It's not going to let us play... It's not going to let us make a construct, but we're just going to run out Codex Shredder. And hopefully our opponent's first turn will tell us a little bit about what they're planning to do, that we know what we need a Pithing Needle. We also will probably blind mill them on their end step just to get a little bit of extra information. Alright, Darkslick Shores, so my money's probably on mill. Okay, Spellstutter Sprite, so it's fairies. What on earth do we want to needle with fairies? I don't know that we want to necessarily needle anything, to be honest. So I think we will just Urza Saga here, number 2. And we'll probably just pass the turn. I want to wait until we know a little bit more about what we're up against before we start playing the needle. We will be able to hopefully land the bridge next turn. Sorry about that, our guineas are doing their yelling thing. And alright, Bitter Blossom is going to hit the field. That's going to be great, because if we can land this bridge, which we should be able to because they're tapped out, assuming they don't have a Force of Negation. Once we empty our hand, then we're just going to let the Bitter Blossom kill the opponent. Alright, tap this for mana. We'll go search, go get the Lantern. Alright, they got a Watery Grave, we get a Mycosynth Gardens. So we're just going to play the Glimmer Void here and try to run out the bridge. Alright, we don't get got, so that's always good news. Next turn we'll fire off this Thoughtseize, and so we'll have a name for Needle. They draw a Fairy Seer. We're going to mill that away. We don't want them manipulating their deck for us. That's our job. They get another Fairy Seer. We'll let that one go. Alright, this is going to go on the stack. We're going to make mana with this guy again. Make some mana. We're just going to go get another Codex Shredder, start setting up. Now, we're not worried about the Bitter Blossom here. Like, at all. It's just a win. And once we get empty-handed, we just turned their Bitter Blossom into a win con for ourselves. Alright, minor misstep, so they don't want us to look at their hand. Oh, what do we have? Spellstar Sprite, Fairy Seer. I don't really see anything that we necessarily want to Pithing Needle. But we're going to play it anyway, just to empty our hand out. The opponent wants to do something. Apparently they were going to counter this. I mean, if they want to counter it, fine. I think we were going to name it like Polluted Delta, maybe. Instead of waiting for them to pay costs. So apparently they were wanting to do something. Come on, opponent. Opponent, did you fall asleep? Nope, alright. Just let it go. Yeah, we're just gonna name Polluted Delta here. It's really the only thing I can think of. I don't know the fairies list particularly well. So we're just gonna yield. We'll let them have the fairy seer, see what they wanna. Are they gonna get in for one? And we'll probably just blow up one of the tokens on our turn. Ooh, Archmage's Charm. We don't want you to have that. Alright, there's the Fairy Seer. We're going to get rid of that Archmage's Charm. And we don't want them to have the Brazen Borrower either. That does bounce our bridge. Alright, Sign of Una. That's fine. Alright, so they bought them both, leaving a Fairy Seer on top. They're not even going to bother to attack with their one fairy token. We'll probably just blow up the Seer here, just to get the Assassin's Trophy out of our hand. And then we can pretty much just F6 for the most part. Ugh. Yeah, let's just get rid of a fairy here. Let them go get a land. Now we can pretty much just F6 unless they've got, a threat to our deck on top, like an Archmage's Charm. Vendilion Click is fine. You can draw the Vendilion Click. We don't care about Vendilion Click. We don't have a card in our hand. It's also a 3/1, so it's not going to be attacking anytime soon. So we're going to draw this next Pithing Needle, and we're going to name Otawara with it. They might be playing that, and we'd like to be able to stop them from bouncing our bridge. Are they gonna click away our Pithing Needle? That'd be cute. That's cute. Alright. Well, if they're gonna take our needle, we're just gonna mill ourselves here real quick. Perfect. Now, do you want us to have our Pithing Needle, or do you want us to have a surgical extraction? Is that alright? They want us to have a surgical extraction. That's fine with me. We are going to take away Brazen Borrower, seeing as that's one of their ways to interact with our Ensnaring Bridge. And Counterspell. That's fine. Didn't cost us anything. Spellstar Sprite is fine. It's probably going to counter our Codex Shredder. Don't care. We're really here. We're just keeping up Shredders for anything that might bounce our bridge. Now we're just going to let their Bitter Blossom kill them. That does tell me they probably have more Brazen Borrowers in the deck. Alright, 3 mana. Jace the Mind Sculptor, what the hell? Okay. They did get a Brazen Borrower off the Jace the Mind Sculptor. So we are actually in a little bit of trouble now. We're actually in a lot of trouble now. We're just going to mill the Bitter Blossom. Now our main hope is that they die before we do, but I don't think that's going to happen. Now, Haywire Mite doesn't do much for us here. So we're just going to make another Codex Shredder. So we know they have the Brazen Borrower, and they have the Jace. They also had a Spellstar Sprite on their top, so... yeah, we're not going to be able to resolve the new bridge if he Spellstar Sprites. Alright, what did he get? Drown in the Lock. Double Drown in the Lock. Yeah, we're just all sorts of screwed here. And it puts the Fairy Seer back. So he's got Spellstutter Sprite, Drown in the Lock, Brazen Borrower. So we're just going to start milling. I mean, he's down to 37 cards in the deck, so milling is... okay, there's one Drown in the Lock. So he only kept one of them, I think. Polluted Delta is named, but we're going to get rid of it anyway. Just because we need to start milling pretty hard here now. I'm going to go ahead and play the Haywire Mite, hope it lands. That way, if he does bounce our bridge, we can just blow up the Bitter Blossom so that we're not getting hit for more and more every single turn. And there's the Spellstar Sprite. Yeah, we're in a little bit of trouble here. Can't say I'm super happy about our positioning in this game now. Here's the Brazen Borrower to bounce the Ensnaring Bridge. No, Sign of Una, okay. I thought for sure that would be an end-step Borrower. I'm guessing he's going to do it on his turn. On the upside, if he doesn't do it this turn, we get Mycosynth Gardens, and we can copy Bridge. But it looks like he's going to do it this turn. I'd bet he does it this turn. Okay, there's the Brazen Borrower bouncing the bridge. You know you want to play that Brazen Borrower. Does he have lethal? Is that lethal? It's 8. Well, I guess we're going to find out. We don't have any blockers, so... we're at 2. So I guess the question is, what are our odds of resolving Ensnaring Bridge? And I don't think they're particularly good. He... that's from last time. Yeah, he kept that drown. He kept a drown in the lock, so we're not resolving this bridge, but we got to try to slam it anyway. Just because we have no other options. if we'd had one more land, if we hadn't milled that Mycosynth Gardens, we would have been golden. We would have been able to copy the bridge. But here's the drown. Here comes Drown the Lock, I'm sure. Right? Yep, there's the Drown in the Lock, and that's game 1. Alright, so we will want for fairies. Let's see. We're going to keep at least one. We're probably going to keep 2 Pithing Needles in. We want to be able to needle that Jace the Mind Sculptor. Brainstorm is bad for us. Quite bad for us. Let's see. Stone Brain can come out, I think. Not in love with it here. Cursed Totem's no good. Grafdigger's Cage is no good. Welding Jar, they're not blowing things up. Probably bring Spellskite in. Just to give, we can change the target of the Brazen Borrower. Seal of Primordium's not really good here. I don't really see a whole lot else that we would necessarily want. Maybe we leave in the Stone Brain. I think we leave in the Stone Brain here. If we can Stone Brain and take, the Drown in the Locks or the Jaces or the Brazen Borrower, stuff that actively hurts us, then we will do that. There's some argument for leaving the 3rd Pithing Needle in so we can have a needle on Otawara and Jace and have one left over for anything else that is bad for us. Alright. 3 lands, which is good. I got double Abrupt Decay. I just don't think it does what we need it to do. I'm probably going to regret pitching that, but yep, I was going to regret pitching that. So down to 5 we go. We'll keep it. We'll put Soul Guide Lantern and Stone Brain to the bottom. We're just going to lead on the Blooming Marsh and Thoughtseize. Minor Misstep, Brazen Borrower, and Bitter Blossom. Okay. Well, I think we're just going to take the Brazen Borrower here. Pass the turn, and then we will just play Spire of Industry and Lantern and hope we hit something else good. Not a great position to be in. I mean, it's not horrible. I mean, it's just minor misstep. Is going to take our Lantern. Unless, let's bait out the minor misstep here. The Thoughtseize. Here's the minor misstep. Thank you for doing exactly what we wanted you to do. They get a Dress Down, we get a Codex Shredder. Seems decent. Starts the getting the top of deck under control a little bit. Spellstutter Sprite. So here's going to be the Bitter Blossom most likely. Now the question is, do we want to blow up the Bitter Blossom or do we want to land the Shredder? And I think we're just going to land the Shredder. We can blow up the Bitter Blossom next turn. And there's a 3rd land, which is good. We won't have to lose life to play our Abrupt Decay now. We do need to find a bridge. It's just not a game we're going to win without bridge. So Counterspell is going to have to go. Definitely can't let them have that. Alright, their end step. We're going to try to mill away this Counterspell. Spreading Seas. Okay. I'm assuming they have that for Urza's Saga. And I kind of... Yeah, okay, we have the Saga on top, so we are going to mill the Spreading Seas. I was thinking about leaving it there because we don't know what's underneath it, but it's a fucking counterspell. Of course it's counterspell. Pardon my language, but it's a counterspell. We're just gonna blow up Bitter Blossom now. No reason to let them amass an army. We kind of saw what that did to us last game, and we don't want to do that again. Okay. Sure. You can try to spell Stutter Spread or Abrupt Decay. It doesn't work. Get in for 2. What are they doing? Do they have that Una thing that pumps all their fairies? Probably. Yep, sign of Una. They get him for 4. That's nice. So we need to find Bridge, and we need to find it soon. We're going to mill this counterspell so that when we do find Bridge, you have a better chance of resolving it. Or we could just let them draw the counterspell and Inquisition it, which also works for me. I think we're just going to do that. I don't want to mill the counterspell into something like a Brazen Borrower or just have no way to get rid of it. So we let them draw the. Oh, they have the other minor misstep, don't they? They could just counter the Inquisition. So we actually are going to mill the counterspell here. They can have a Bitter Blossom. That's fine. They got another dress down. Assuming this can be the Bitter Blossom. Yep. Gets in for 5, so we need to find ourselves a bridge. We're probably going to mill our own Inquisition here. Try to hunt for a bridge. We are losing life rather quickly here. Power Conduit's cute, but it's not what we want. That's really not what we're hunting here. Spell Guide again is cute, but not what we were after. So we're just going to play Power Conduit here. We'll probably have to mill the Spell Guide to keep hunting for bridge. They're going to get for 5, so we're going to have exactly a turn to find a bridge. So right now we're hunting pretty much bridge, because Ancient Stirrings is just going to get countered. Yep. Oh shit, I didn't mill, but it wasn't a bridge anyway. So, yeah, we lost this one, unfortunately. Just never found the bridge in the second game. And Fairies is a pretty quick deck, so kind of tough for us to beat between the counters and the bouncers and just the way they get on board so quickly. Most decks that run counters, Blue-White Control is a slow deck. UR Murktide is quicker, but they have less answers. We just couldn't find a bridge in time. They were a little bit too quick for us this time, but stick around and we'll have match 2 up shortly.